as refreshing when that can happen. But there are times we want to just acknowledge that it's not really something that you can fix. It's not something that we
What?
can, I know it's a bummer. We can't always come to a conclusion or actually wrap it up with a bow and finish it off perfectly, because there are things in life that are more like managed conflict. So, can we unpack a little bit what managed conflict is?
Yeah, managed conflict is something that's not, as you said, not solvable. So it's managed. But really, what we find are these are oftentimes family of origin issues or personality issues. Now, we say issues meaning because it's an issue in the relationship, not that this person may have a major
Right.
problem. So, for example, we've talked in the past about like I grew up watching TV while I ate,
Mhm.
right? And we decided as a family that we're not going to do that. So most 98% of our meals are at the dinner table. We don't have a TV on, and that's just a decision we've made. It's not a good or bad. It's not a judgment call. That's not what you do. That's just for something that we made the decision. But ultimately, I like to watch TV when I eat because that was my family of origin.
Mhm.
And so it's not like solved. Like I hate watching TV now. I would no. I still enjoy it. So there are times that we will, as a family, choose to eat in front of the TV. We manage it. Or if Abigail's not home, the kids know, like, Dad, can we watch TV while we eat? And I was like,
I
yeah, yes,
heard
we
it.
can.
I hear you.
And you know what? That's okay. But if you're wanting, if Abigail were like, no,
Yeah, I
but
was
I'm
just gonna
not
say,
home. Go ahead.
if my plan was for him to always eat at the table, even by himself, like even on his own time, or when I'm gone, that he would do it this way, I'm going to be in a bad spot because
Mhm.
I cannot fix Scott. Trust me, I have tried.
Boy, she tried.
I cannot control
20
him.
plus years you've been trying.
I really do relinquish my powers. I don't have any, and so Scott isn't something to resolve. That issue of eating, it's not even Scott's thing. It's something that we both see differently, and we are managing that conflict by making choices, by talking it out, by coming to a compromise. I guess you could say in a way.
Yeah.
And that is good. Now, resolvable conflict.
Well, I want to go back to manage for one more because that was like if you're like okay, but my issue is bigger, and we're not
Oh,
trying to
sure.
hit every issue, but I want to hit maybe even a deeper type
Yeah.
on personality. So often when they say opposites attract, it's not maybe the whole personality, but there may be aspects of the personality, and one that we pick any number, but I think social. Someone who has a high batteries are recharged when they're in social situations. Being in a family or with somebody that their batteries are recharged alone, and so that's not solvable if because you're like I don't want you to be that way. Well, my battery, I'm extrovert. My batteries literally are recharged that way, and I say it that way because it's what emotionally helps the person move forward. If a very socially wired person never has contact or very rarely has contact with a group of people, they literally their emotional batteries are running low. As much as a low emotional person being or a low social person being forced to be in a social situation 24/7, their batteries are going to run low. And so it's a matter of finding that medium that there are going to be times probably when you go out together and sometimes you don't. But you also then you get in family situations, you get that all mixed up, right?
You think about extended family, when you go to someone else's house, you're not in control of how it goes there. I mean, there might be smoking, there might be cussing there might be.
There may not be
There
cussing,
may
there may not be
yeah, I
smoking.
know. There might not be enough drinking. There might be gluten there. There might be too much sugar there. There might be only organic health foods there and no desserts.
Or the grandparents saying, but I only get to be a grandparent once.
Right?
I'm going to give as much sugar. Here, eat spoonfuls of sugar.
Seriously, grandparenting.
We love you, grandparents. We do. We do. And I look forward to when I can do that. And then send them home.
Seriously. We know that there are all these situations that you can be in that you can't necessarily truly solve. And we just want to encourage you that it's okay that you can't actually fix the problem. It's okay that you can't change people, even though you'd like to. What you have to do is think, how can we manage this to the very best? What does that mean for us? Staying not as long or bringing our own along with, or talking to our kids about what we have control of and what we don't when we're in other people's homes.
And so then when you have solvable conflict, that
Yeah,
It makes it much easier.
it does. I was just going to acknowledge about resolvable conflict that sometimes you have differing ideas about how to resolve it.
Yes.
So even when it's resolvable, it's still complicated because you think we should fix it this way and I think we should fix it this way. But what we can do is land the plane on one way to solve it this time.
Hmm.
This time we're going to do it this way. Let's agree. And then next time, if that doesn't work, let's try it a different way next time.
Yeah. So I mean, we always talk about this, but finances. I mean,
Mhm.
so many families struggle with finances,
Mhm.
whether it's vacation finances, on vacation, or going on vacation, or
Mhm.
Christmas, whatever it might be. But they'll start thinking, "Okay, we don't have enough money, right? Most people spend about as much as they have, and so I might start thinking, well, what we should do is
Mhm.
cut our expenses. And if Abigail's thinking, what we need to do is generate more income.
Right. Let's get some side jobs. Let's figure out some way to get some more money. And we're coming at this issue with really different solutions.
And so if I'm saying, well, what we need to do is we need to consider cutting blah blah blah. That's important to her. And she's like, I don't want to cut. I want to get more money. We end up fighting about that. I'm like, well, no, it's not about more money. If we just cut, I don't want to spend more time. But you end up fighting about finding the solution
Mhm.
versus saying, okay, let's focus on cutting bills. Where can we cut this time?
Mhm.
Or where can we gain extra income? What can we sell? Where can we get extra job? Whatever it might be. But you focus in one area. Otherwise, you start brainstorming solutions. You're kind of putting yourselves up a river without a paddle.
Mhm. Together, you can figure out something that is going to work for your nuclear family and for you or for your marriage. And you can make those decisions and manage it as best you can because this world will have trouble. There is going to be conflict. There's no way to avoid it. But good news, you can manage it and it doesn't have to control you.